Welcome to Shakespeare the Sonnets. Today, we're definitely doing Sonnet number 63. Against my love shall be as I am now, with time's injurious hand crushed and overworn, when hours have drained his blood and filled his brow with lines and wrinkles, when his youthful morn have travelled on the age's steepy night, and all those beauties whereof now he's king are vanishing or vanish out of sight, stealing away the treasure of his spring. For such a time do I now fortify against confounding age's cruel knife. The age shall never cut from memory my sweet love's beauty, thou my lover's life. His beauty shall in these black lines be seen, and they shall live, and he in them still green. First off, let's go ahead line by line. Against my love shall be as I am now, against my love, against everything that's going to happen, in expectation of the time when I was there before, with time's injurious hand crushed and overworn, and with all my times and all those injurious hands that have went ahead and crushed, have done some crushed things, and have went ahead and done some worn things, when hours have drained his blood and filled his brow, after all those hours of life, after all those hours wasted on doing things, at least that's how you think they're wasted, went ahead, and then it sapped down his strength, and it has sapped down even his sleep and his awakeness, with lines and wrinkles when his youthful morn, when he starts going ahead, when he looks like this young youth right now with this good charisma, as well as this great little, actually charisma and charm are the same word, so I pretty much don't need to use it. But now he goes ahead and starts looking a little bit, shall we say, wrinkly. He's starting to get old. He's starting to get canes and everything. He's starting to get a little wrinkles. He's starting to go ahead and lose his beauty, and maybe even get a little more grouchier than usual. Have traveled on to age's steepy night. By the way, steepy here is actually the word that we're really using instead of sleepy. Also, I pretty much think it's like a little pun in those two words too, steepy and sleepy. By the way, age's steepy night here, this just basically means to go ahead and say old age, which goes ahead and leads you towards going ahead into darkness of death, which is also kind of steepy if you think of night as a little mountain and age as a mountain, because, well, you're at the top at your height and you start falling down faster and faster. And all those beauties whereof now he's king, and of all those beauties that have happened, and back then when he was still the king of everything, back then when he still held the crown of golden horn and saying, I am the most beautiful person out there, I am the least gorgeous person out there, now he's, well, lost that crown and probably became the most gorgeous person out there. Are vanishing or vanish out of sight, that's literally what he said, are all those beauties whereof now he's king. Back then when he was the king, and now it just vanished, it just disappeared. Stealing away the treasure of his spring. You go ahead and you steal away the treasure of your spring. Everything that you literally had fountains of it, and you thought you'd never run out. Well, suddenly you realize that the fountain where you got all that from, all that beauty flows from, all that beauty came from, well, now you go ahead and think of it. You realize you're wrinkly, and that fountain doesn't work anymore. Then he shall never cut from memory my sweet love's beauty, thou my lover's life. His beauty shall in these black lines be seen, and they shall live, and he in them still green. That's what he's saying. However, he may be wrinkly somehow, some that time that day, but I will go ahead and preserve him in this memory. He may be a little jagged and a little dented right now, but I will go ahead and preserve the person that he was before, he is right now, and he will not become, unfortunately. Also, I'm pretty sure if this was a modern poem, I would have thought he was talking about photographs, but right now he's talking about this little sonnet about that little young youth too. So I will never go, so Shakespeare is saying, I write this in honor of he again, so that I do not forget him again, and other people will not forget him again, as long as the sonnet lives again, which is a recurring theme that we've seen. And by the way, this little allegory green, I'm guessing that just basically goes ahead, and that basically means saying that green is like the color of life, because plants, Mother Nature, they're all represented with green. Eco-friendliness, all represented with green. And that's on number 63. So I hope to see you guys soon in the next episode. Until next time, shall peace. Bye-bye. Against my love shall be as I am now, with time's injurious hand, crushed and overworn, when hours have drained his blood and filled his brow with lines and wrinkles, when his youthful morn have travelled on to age's steepy night, and all those beauties whereof now he's king are vanishing or vanish out of sight, stealing away the treasure of his spring. For such a time do I now fortify against confounding age's cruel knife, that he shall never cut from memory my sweet love's beauty, thou my lover's life. His beauty shall in these black lines be seen, and they shall live, and he in them still green.